And that's brave, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, racing and shower and pool. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, that was cute.
And then it's never grown since.
I didn't want to disrupt the conversation.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it was so important.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the City Council of University City, Texas. It is Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. I'll call this meeting to order now at 6:31 p.m. Call for quorum check, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Neville.
Aye.
Councilmember Buck.
I'll discuss in a moment.
Councilmember Goolsby.
Here.
Councilmember Najarian.
Here.
Councilmember Shelby.
Here.
Councilmember Vaughan.
Here.
Well, Mr. President, we shall proceed. The invocation this evening will be given by Councilmember Najarian. I'll lead us in the pledges afterwards. Would you all please stand?
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allowing us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. As trusted servants, we seek blessings on our deliberations and our efforts here today. Help us look to the past with gratitude and to the future with hope. To remember this day those who have gone before us here, who labored not for themselves alone, but with a vision of building for the future. Inspire in us also a like vision that we too may labor for things beyond ourselves, that our lives may be dedicated to high purposes and grand horizons. Make us unafraid of hopes and dreams. Release us from cynicism and despair. Teach us to be realistic about our limitations, but never to lose hope in our potential to transcend them. Let us rejoice in the fact that as a community full of different ethnicities, beliefs, and religions, that we are all part of the same human race. And through our differences, we are always better working together. We also ask, Lord, that you watch over and protect and bless all of our first responders, active military, and veterans of this great country. We ask all these things in your glorious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Well, thanks for coming this evening. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more of an abbreviated meeting than we've had in the last 4 or 5 meetings. But we do have one major item that we needed to get tonight for our second reading, so that's why we're having a meeting, because I think it's important that we get going on with this process. So, first item that we do have is to consider the absence of one of our council members. Councilmember Buck had a very, very close friend who passed away in Germany, and so he's in Germany right now, and I think that's very appropriate for him to do that. So that's the reason he will not be here this evening, but I do need a motion to approve. Thank you. Goolsby, second by Councilmember Neville. Any discussion? All right, call for the vote, Chris.
Councilmember Goolsby.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Neville.
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Councilmember Shelby.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughan.
Aye.
My motion passes. We shall proceed. We do have a proclamation this evening. I'm going to ask Mayor Pro Tem Neville to read it. It is related to teachers, and I think when you, any out there in the audience have talked before, have been teachers? Okay. But I think it's appropriate that we recognize them. So Dick, would you please read that proclamation? No one's here this evening to receive it, but I think you'll appreciate what we have to say.
Universal City Teachers Day Proclamation. Whereas Universal City's future strength depends on providing a high-quality education to all students, and whereas teacher quality matters more to student achievement than any other school-related factor, and whereas teachers spend countless hours preparing lesson plans and supporting students, and whereas our teachers have demonstrated great resilience, adaptability, and creativity during the COVID-19 crisis, And whereas our community recognizes and supports its teachers in educating the children of this community, and whereas #TeachersCan is a statewide movement supported by more than 125 partnering businesses and organizations committed to elevating the teaching profession and honoring the critical role teachers play in the success of Texas. And now therefore be it resolved that the Universal City Council joins #TeachersCan and its partnering entities across Texas in celebrating World Teachers Day and proclaims October 5th, 2022 to be Universal City's Teachers Day, and be it further resolved that the Universal City Council encourages members of our community to personally express appreciation to our teachers and display a light blue ribbon outside your homes or businesses the week of October 5th as a symbol of support for our educators. Signed, Mayor John Williams, on this October 5th, 2022.
So get your blue ribbons out and put them around the trees. And you'll see when we get dusk this evening, you're going to see blue lights around city buildings. This is a nice way to recognize the teaching profession, and it's something that we can't do without great teachers, and we certainly miss them when they are not available, and we certainly know that where there's a shortage, and we just hope that this small gesture on our part is at least a little bit to encourage them and to tell them how much we care about what they do. Okay? And I guess it's appropriate that we're all wearing blue this evening as well. Okay? All right. How to get that in. Okay, so let's move on now then to our tab number 8, consider the minutes of the Tuesday, September 20th, 2022 regular meeting. We get a chance to review those.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Najarian. Second by Councilmember Goolsby. Discussion, anyone? All right, Chris, go for it, please.
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Councilmember Goolsby.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Neville.
As edited.
Councilmember Shelby.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughan.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes. Move on now to citizens to be heard. As you can see, it's the time provided for citizens to address council on issues or concerns. It's informative. We will not take any discussion or action on these items, but we do encourage your participation. We have one individual that has signed up this evening, and her name is Ms. Kim Iglehart. Please come forward, ma'am.
Thank you. My name is Kim Iglehart. I live at 736 Garden Meadow Drive. Today I'm here on behalf of UC SMART, Sentinels of Municipal Accountability, Responsiveness, and Transparency. Quote, the citizens who inhabit the country at and near the seat of government will, in all questions that affect the general liberty and prosperity, stand ready to sound the alarm when necessary and to point out the actors in any pernicious project. The public papers will be expeditious messengers of intelligence to the most remote inhabitants of the Union. End quote. Publius, or Publius, depends on how you want to say it. Some of you are going to recall that name was the pen name of John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, and Alexander Hamilton, for essays they wrote which later became known collectively as the Federalist Papers. The first essay was published on October 27, 1787. Last year, October 27th, therefore was designated to be the date our nation would recognize as National Civics Day, a day set aside to celebrate the importance of civic education all across America. Today, it is not the public papers that serve as messengers of intelligence, but rather the internet. Today, on behalf of UC SMART, I would like to recognize a member of our community who for the last year has stood as that messenger of intelligence. A young man who, like all of you, saw a need and stepped up to fulfill it. A young man who attends every city council meeting. But unlike you, when the council meeting ends, his work is just beginning. Having recorded the meetings, he now gets to work reviewing, indexing, and uploading these videos to the internet. And if you remember dial-up modems, that's about how long it takes to upload these council meetings to YouTube. Our youth are our future. It is not often that people of a young age take an active interest in local government and the concerns of the citizens within their local communities. So we feel it is important to recognize those who do. A.J. Schneider Jr. exemplifies the meaning of civic duty. And so, A.J., if you would please step over here on this side of the camera for a minute. For National Civics Day 2022, A.J. Schneider Jr. is hereby awarded this certificate of appreciation by grateful citizens of the city of Universal City for his selfless sacrifices in creating a better informed electorate, thereby motivating us to become more involved in the daily operation of our government. A.J.? Whoops, wrong one. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Aguilar. Appreciate it very much. Okay, did anyone else want to address council that didn't have a chance to fill out the form? Okay, very good. We'll press on to our business for this evening. The first one is tab number B, which is discuss and to consider ordinance 581-W-5-2022-101. It's an ordinance of the City Council of Universal City, Texas, amending the zoning map of the City of Universal City for an approximately 21.140 acre property located southeast of the intersection of FM 1976 Gibbs Ball Road and Old Cimarron Trail, rezoning said property from C4 General Commercial District to PUD 2022-101 District, generally for mixed uses including commercial, retail, and office, adopting the PUD final plan related to PUD 2022-101, providing for severability, providing for the publication of the caption of this ordinance, and establishing an effective date. This is our second reading.
No changes.
Any changes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Najarian, second by Councilmember Shelby. Discussion? Anyone? All right. Haven't heard, let's call for the vote then, please. Chris?
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Councilmember Shelby.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Neville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goolsby.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughan.
Aye.
That motion passes. This is going to be a good project. And I think it will definitely benefit Universal City and certainly a lot of the residents in that area. So, okay, move on to tab number C. Consider a request from the Greater Randolph Area Veterans Council to waive the $100 parade permit fee for the Veterans Day Parade, which will be November 5th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion made by Councilmember Goolsby, second by Mayor Pro Tem Neville. Any discussion? Let's expect everyone to be there.
I was just glad to let you get it all the way out.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. All right. Call for the vote, please, Chris.
Councilmember Goolsby.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Neville.
As a proud member of the EAV, the VFW, and the American Legion, aye.
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Councilmember Shelby.
There's nobody in particular. Aye.
Councilmember Vaughan.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes. Again, that's November 5th. I think this is like the 51st year. Yeah, 52nd. Okay, we get 52nd.
There's an
Well, we had
asterisk,
it.
because we missed COVID.
We did-
It's
we missed COVID,
51st,
yeah,
but
that's
this
right.
would have
So,
been the 50th.
It begins actually, if you don't know, it begins right down here at the corner of UC Boulevard and Pat Brooker, and we'll go all the way down Pat Brooker. So it's a fun event, and kids love it. We have plenty of leftover candy from Halloween that we throw out for the kids, and they flock to it when they get the opportunity. So it's really it's what makes smaller communities like Universal City so popular, because it's all for our kids. And both the Legion and the VFW Post put it on, and kudos to them. All right, so that concludes our business for this evening. So I'll turn it over to our city manager for her comments.
Yes, Mayor, just to remind everyone that this Saturday is the open house for the police and the fire department. Lots of activities going on. Of course, Ace will be there doing all of his demonstrations. Stop, drop, and roll. He's been practicing very hard the last couple of weeks. And it is the opening day of the pumpkin patch. So if you're not familiar with the pumpkin patch, we have an activity there almost every day, and for sure every weekend, so plenty to do for children of all ages. And the pumpkins arrive at 9 a.m. tomorrow if anybody's not busy and would like to unload a couple of semis.
Did you hear that out there? Did you hear that?
I heard silence.
My kids will be there
Out
tomorrow.
there by you guys.
I got teens helping.
Actually, there was supposed to be did today, but the delivery was postponed until tomorrow, so. I think there'll all still be plenty of time for us to be opening up on Saturday morning, so, very good. Okay, let's turn it over to Mr. Najarian for his comments.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was gonna hopefully invite everybody to the pumpkin patch this weekend too, and be benefiting the fire department and the police department. Citizen Police Academy will be out there in force, and I will be happy to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning to lift pumpkins. I didn't have anything else going on, so might as well lift some pumpkins. So, and it'll be a good time. Took a little time at the Texas Municipal League downtown today conference, which just started up. Going down there, seeing a lot of people from around our Tri-City area, mayors and council, and getting good ideas from people. And there's lots of classes that hopefully make us better council people and better members of our local community. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, very good. Phil?
Nothing from you tonight.
Okay, wait, other than me. Fair.
Good, sir, thank you.
Yeah.
Thought I had something. Oh, yeah, I know. The blue ribbon, since we have a blue ribbon ready for first responders in our yard, what color blue are we going to use for t-shirts?
Light blue. Light blue.
Light blue. How light blue?
Lighter than the one you have.
Teal. Go with
Baby
teal.
blue.
Baby blue.
Baby blue to teal.
It's on the
Any
tree.
of those.
Okay.
Sky blue.
I got you. Thank you.
Okay, just a couple of quick items. Some of you may know, we lost a really great warrior a couple of weeks ago, General Bill McBride. I don't know how many of you knew General McBride. He was a fantastic individual, was the commander of Air Education, or ATC in those days. Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, staunch member of the Air Force Association for many years, very, very close friend of mine, and he passed away, and he leaves a wonderful legacy for all of us. Not that he was a University City resident, he lived in Windcrest, but remember, everybody living on Randolph has a University City address. But Bill was just a terrific person, and a soldier fought in 3 wars. That's kind of an unusual activity, except for someone to be involved in 3 major conflicts. But General McBride was just a really terrific guy. So I just wanted to mention that to you, that we lost a great friend and was a true warrior.
100 years old.
Almost 100 years old. At next week's NEP meeting, they're going to recognize our #1 water guy, Blake. Has been a member of the tactical committee on the Alamo Area Metropolitan Planning Organization for a number of years, and he's going to be recognized by the partnership. Randy?
Say that again?
But I mean, he's been recognized. He's going to be recognized
Yes, he'll
by
be
the
there.
partnership.
He doesn't know, but he'll be there.
Oh, he doesn't know. Okay, disregard that. Do not take this. I thought Blake knew. Okay. If
You just gotta buy his lunch when you're there.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Yeah, we'll cover those. But if you get a chance to come, it'd be a nice opportunity to recognize Blake for the work he's done. He's been on that TAC committee for, gosh,
A long time.
I would say at least 15 years.
More than 15
Yeah, more than-
More than 15 years, yeah. And he's been, this is the committee that reviews all of the applications that come in for funding, and then they make their recommendations. So it's a really importante committee that Blake has been serving with for all these years. And so the partnership's going to recognize him for his time that he spent working on that committee. So hopefully all of you received your park survey. Did you all get your park survey in the mail? Please fill it out. It's your chance to express your views on what you think about the future of our parks. And I hope that you will, because it will be an invaluable assist to Randy and staff as they look towards the future in the comprehensive park plan. And so just take that. I did it yesterday. It takes 5 minutes. It's pretty simple to do. So if you haven't had a chance to do it yet, please do. It's for your benefit and the city's benefit. So I just encourage you to fill it out and participate. Okay, National Night Out was last night. There were various parties around the neighborhoods. But probably not as well attended as in the past, but we're still, coming out of the pandemic routine. So those that did have parties had a great time. And so we're just going to continue on. And that's why our meeting was obviously changed till this evening as well. So thank you for coming. By gosh, it is
It's gotta be a regular.
10 minutes to 7 in the evening. And thank you all for coming, and you get to go home before it starts. So thank you very much, and this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.